Good morning. Welcome to day one, week one. I know you're wondering, day one, week one of what? Well, I'm making an official announcement to you all today that I am training for Ironman Texas, which will be October 13th, 2020 in Waco, Texas. That consists of a 2.4 mile open water swim, followed by a 112 mile bike ride, and top it off with a 26.2 mile marathon. All in one day. Yes, I know y'all thinking I'm crazy, but hey, I might be. But it's gonna be fun. All right, the Phillips family just arrived in Panama City for the Ironman, which is on Friday. I had to get here on Thursday for registration. Lexi already trying to get to the beach. Hey, girl. Yes, she is. But we had a 12-hour drive. It wasn't too bad. Legacy did really good. But yeah, now we're about to get some breakfast. And yeah, get ready. We're here on the beach, man, living the dream. I'm excited about this. So hey, just gotta get my mind right now, get in race mode while the family get to enjoy the beach.
Derrich, tell everybody why you want to complete an Ironman competition.
Obviously for the bragging rights to tell everyone that I'm an Ironman. Just kidding, it goes deeper than that. I've always been a person who's driven by goals, and I love challenging myself to accomplish something that most people think is crazy. And we think of Ironman doing a 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, and 26.2 mile run all in one day. Most people think that's crazy, and that's what attracted me to it. But what I love about endurance sports, it all started for me doing a marathon, then ultra marathon, and now Ironman. I believe that endurance sports are a metaphor for life. And I feel in life you're either biking, running, or swimming. You're always doing something to try to push yourself in just every area of life. And that's really what inspired me to do an Ironman. Also, I want to dedicate this race to my uncle, Tommy, who at age 11, when I was 11 years old, he became my legal guardian. And since then, he has been that father figure for me throughout my life and really changed the trajectory of my life. So when I think of doing an Ironman, something that is ongoing, something that takes so long to train for and to accomplish, to get that Ironman title, I think of my Uncle Tommy, because he has invested in me over 20 years now to help me become the man I am today. So I'm running this for you, Uncle Tommy. Good morning. It is day before the race. So the race is tomorrow morning. It'll start at 6 a.m. bright and early. But now I have to get ready to go check in my bike. And with the bike, I have to check in my transition bags. So with Ironman, it's 3 races in one. You got your swim, bike, and run. You need different equipment for each of those transitions. That's why they give us bags for each one. But before I start with that, this is what I'll be wearing in the morning. I have my tri-race suit. So basically this is what I'm gonna have this on the whole time. It's gonna be under my wetsuit. But this is what I'll cycle in and run in as well. And it has a little pads for your booty, because those seats are not comfortable. And you're gonna be on a bike for 112 miles, you're gonna need those pads. We all have to wear the Ironman caps, swim caps. We all be matching out there, have a number on it. And then I have my Aquaman wetsuit, swimming in the ocean. I got the Ironman wetsuit, nice and comfortable, makes me feel like a dolphin or a seal. Let's see, also gonna have my goggles. I'll have all this on in the morning. The first thing is gonna be my bike gear bag. So after I complete that 2.4 mile swim, I'll transition into the bike area where I'll need I'll have all my nutrition and stuff in this little wrap waistband. Then I have my bike shoes. You hear my helper back there in the background. Legacy, she's doing a little background. But I'll have my race shoes. I'll have my helmet. And also my gloves and my sunglasses. Because again, I'm going to be on there for the bike for 112 miles. It's going to be a long day. Estimates on time, on the low end, 5 hours. On the high end, they're under 7 hours. So it's going to be a long time on that bike. And nope, Legacy, you can't come with me on the bike, girl. But you're going to be with your mama. You're going to be helping cheer me on the side of the road. The next thing we have is the run gear bag. The run gear bag, I have my bib number, 1284. That's a lucky number. I have some salt pills to replenish some of that salt I'm losing through sweating. I have some ibuprofen, and I'm getting some pain by that point. And I have my socks, compression socks. The last thing I need in this bag is just my sexy run shoes. Look at those Brook Brothers Special Edition run shoes. So that's what's going to be in those bags. And then I also provide you with a couple of what they call special needs bags. So you got a run special needs bags and a bike special needs bags. And for those, it's just like extra nutrition, things like that you don't need back. But yeah, that's it. I'm about to get ready to go check in my bike. It's dinner time. Yeah. We race tomorrow morning, so gotta fuel up.
We're at a place called Hooked. What do you have over there?
I have blackened chicken Alfredos. Get my carbs in with all this pasta. Last big meal before the race tomorrow. Good morning. The day has finally arrived. I started this Ironman journey 6 months ago. And hey, the day has finally arrived. And my beautiful wife is driving me to the race. Getting ready to get started. 6 a.m. is when the swim starts. Getting my morning nutrition in. And basically how I'm feeling, I'm not really nervous. I'm just more so excited, anxious. Just looking forward to this journey. I know it's going to be tough. It's going to take a lot to get to that finish line. It's taking a lot to get to the start line as far as training, but it's certainly going to be worth it. And I'm just hoping I inspire people. I know I'm inspired by all the people that's going to be out there racing. The ages range from 18 to 84. So imagine someone out there 84 years old is going to be racing Ironman today. I just pray that I have the abilities to do the same when I'm in my 80s. That's so inspirational. But yeah, I'm just excited, and I'll see you all at the finish line. My wife's gonna be out there taking video and getting all of the footage of me in action. So y'all stay tuned.
Me and Legacy made Derrich some signs to cheer him on as he competes in the Ironman competition. Legacy says, "Daddy, you inspire me." Mine says, "Go Derrich, WAP at finish line," but WAP stands for wheelchair, aspirin, paramedics. We have a group of swimmers finally entering the water. I am on our hotel balcony and I have this camera on Zoom trying to capture this, but me and Legacy are going to go downstairs and try to walk on the beach to see how close we can get. They said that there were no spectators allowed on the beach during this, but I see some people out there. So we're gonna just, go down there and see what happened. It's a long trek though. I'm about to zoom out so y'all can see how far it is. Yeah, we gotta walk all the way down there. Derrich is somewhere in this group that is entering the water right now for this 2.5 mile swim in the ocean. The tide today is a little rough. They have a rating system that they use with flags. So green is good, yellow is use caution, and red is get your ass out the water. And it's yellow today. So hopefully everything goes smooth and everybody's cautious like they should be. I wanted to walk down on the beach, but this one has been up since 4:30 this morning and is now ready for a nap at 7 o'clock. So we may not make it down to the beach like I wanted to because I'm going to have to carry her the majority of the way. She's going to be cranky. She's going to be crying. And that's going to be torture. But we're going to see how long she take this nap for. According to the map, Derrich should be getting out of the water right now, completing his 2.5-mile swim. So he's one of those little dots down there. Yay, great job, baby. We are at the transition point. Woo! Woo! Go Derrich! Woo! There's your daddy!
Killed me!
There's your daddy!
Of a mile.
There he is, right in front of us. Woo woo! Hi. Here we come, girl. He coming up this way. Say, go, daddy, go. Go, daddy, go. You inspire me. You inspire me. Yay! While Derrich is out completing his 112-mile bike ride, me and Legacy decided to come and have us a good meal at Texas Roadhouse. You ready to eat, girl? You ready to eat? We are still out here killing time while Derrich competes in the Ironman competition. Legacy is enjoying this heated pool. Yeah, you had a good time in the pool swimming, girl? Having a good time, babe? You gonna show the people you know how to swim? Time to get back out here in these streets and track down Derrich. Keep up the great work! Get it, Derrich! Woo! This is the front of our hotel with everybody cheering on the runners. They run right in front of where we're staying at, which is pretty cool. Waiting for Derrich to come through here so we can cheer him on while he runs his marathon portion of the Ironman. Derrich! Say Daddy! Hi, Daddy! There we go! Woo, woo! Yay! You got it, baby! Woo! Derrich! Go! You got this!
Worst parade ever!
You're amazing! We love you! Woo! Yeah, Derrich! Keep on moving. Just keep walking, Daddy. You got this. You got this. Last lap. Your last one.
Finisher, put your hands together. For Derrich Phillips. Derrich, you are an Ironman.
I have retrieved the Ironman. You see that medal around his neck? That means he's a finisher. That means he's strong.
Whew, I ain't strong. I don't feel it though right now. I'm exhausted. It was a long day. I got started at 6. I got in the water at 6:27 a.m. And prior to doing the Ironman, I previously done a marathon and an ultra marathon, which is 31.1 miles. And those were hard, but this by far was the hardest thing I've ever done physically. And I'm not sure if I would say mentally, but it was equally mentally challenging as well. Because with an Ironman, essentially it's 3 finish lines. You have to make it to the finish line of the swim, because basically each event has a cutoff time. So if you don't meet that cutoff time, you don't make it to the next event. So pretty much my mindset through the whole race was, okay, doing the swim, okay, qualify to make it to the bike. Doing a bike, qualify to make it to the run. That was a huge challenge in itself. That was a unique challenge in itself prior to other races I ran where it was just one start line, one finish line. But during the time period of doing 140.6 miles, experienced a lot of different emotions. The bike, and it's pretty lonely out there. You're just on the side of the highway for 112 miles. That was, no music, no nothing. Just listening to the sounds of the road, cars whizzing by you. That was just mentally tough because first off, the swim, it was real windy today. The weather was great, but the wind was really strong, so the waves were really strong. And I had never really had experience, I had never swam in open water for that amount of distance. And the only time I felt like quitting, honestly, was within the first 5 minutes of that swim. And those waves were so strong, I'm like, what the heck? I thought I knew how to swim. it was rough. But I'm like, okay, I gathered myself, took my breath, just had to relax. And the thing about when Ironman swims, you got thousands of people in the water with you. So I'm getting kicked in the face, people bumping into my feet, bumping into me, in addition to the waves, and getting pushed away from the buoys, which making me swim further. It's so easy to get disoriented under those circumstances. And I was so exhausted after that because it was 2 laps. But after the first lap, I was so exhausted, like, they might have changed it. Like, maybe it's just 1 lap today. So once I got out the line after the first lap, I was heading to the bikes. And the lady asked me, like, you finished? Like, it's 2 laps? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, man. It's a whole nother lap. It was rough, but I was determined to qualify for that bike because I knew I'd be more comfortable on the bike. But the thing about it, by the time I got on the bike, my back muscles were so tight from the swim because I have a bad back, and definitely swimming aggravated it, swimming against those waves. So the entire 112 miles, my back was in severe pain, but I was just fighting through it. Like, hey, I gotta qualify for this run. So by the time I made it to the run, the first 13 miles, my legs were dead, felt like logs. But the first 13 miles, I had good spirit. There was a lot of runners out there, a lot of fans. The support felt so great. But by the time I got to it was 2 loops, 13 miles per loop. By the time I started that second loop, I was so exhausted. I was getting annoyed by people who were just talking to me, the fans. I was like, leave me alone. I'm too tired to talk, and just leave me alone. And probably from mile 13 to mile 16, I felt so dizzy and just delirious. I felt like I was going to pass out at any moment. But I knew they had chicken broth. I get a lot of nutrition on the race. They had a lot of stuff. I probably eaten about 5 bananas a day, and just Gatorade and all that stuff. But they had chicken broth, warm chicken broth on the run. That chicken broth was giving me life. So I knew once I made that chicken broth, I knew I'd feel better, and it helped a lot. But really, the big shout out to my wife. She was a real MVP because by mile 17, I knew like around what time I needed to cross the finish line to qualify for a medal, but I didn't really know what pace I was on. So my wife got out the car and tried to run with me, like, hey, you gotta start running. Because by this point I'm walking, my legs was cramping so bad, my thighs and my calf muscles. Every time I would run, I was in so much pain when I would try to run. I decided, like, hey, I'm gonna try to walk this last 13.1 miles. And once my wife let me know what pace I was on, that was the boost I needed. I got inspired, and hey, I ran for like 5 miles straight to get ahead of that pace, and I just kept running. I would run, walk. But that did the trick. It got me this medal. And the last thing I want to mention, like, I was thinking about all kind of stuff throughout the race. By like I say, by mile 13, like if you're behind a certain pace, they'll like come pick you up and like stop you from racing. I was so exhausted, I was fantasizing about them coming to pick me up. I wasn't going to quit myself, but if they would have told me I had to stop, hey, I got to stop, and hey, take me back. I was fantasizing about that for a while, but my wife definitely gave me the extra boost I needed. And then the last thing I was really thinking about was I dedicated this race to my Uncle Tommy. When I was 11 years old, he became my legal guardian. And since then, he's been that father figure, and just him stepping into my life completely changed the trajectory of my life. I know for a fact I would be dead or in prison if he didn't. become my legal guardian and be that father figure that I needed. And the whole time I kept thinking that when I was exhausted, I kept thinking like, hey, over time he never gave up on me, so I can't give up on this race. I've dedicated this race to him, so quitting's not an option. So it was tough. I wasn't really worried about time. I just wanted to finish in time to get this medal, and just having the support of my wife, my daughter, and just all family and friends and everyone on social media who wished me well. It really pushed me across that finish line. So I want to thank you all, and whew, feels good to be an Ironman.